Stephanie Newton, and I practice homeopathy from here in my home. I see clients from all over the world. And today I'm talking about one of my cases. And this was just a very simple acute case, but it made me so excited because I think it was the first time anybody had come to me with this as a debilitating problem. And I dealt with it and it worked. And I was so excited. And the mom was so excited. She's pregnant. And are you ready? Hemorrhoids. Let's talk about hemorrhoids today. And the remedy I'm going to talk to you today about is called Nux vomica. I'll put that right here. And Nux vomica can be used for many different acute illnesses, and it can also be used for chronic cases as well. But today we're going to talk about hemorrhoids. So basically, the symptoms that she reported are that she developed hemorrhoids after eating bad food, which led to constipation and then hemorrhoids. And those of you who have been pregnant before maybe know that this can happen very easily. Constipation is very common. Hemorrhoids are very common, and they can last after the pregnancy. Not a fun situation. And they can be debilitating if it's so painful that you can't even walk. And that was partially what she was saying. They were bleeding and very painful. And she was quite debilitated by it for many days. And she had tried different things. She had tried Preparation H and Tux pads. She had gone to the doctor, but didn't quite want to start the medicine that he had given yet because she was pregnant. And she wanted me to have a stab at this. So basically, because the hemorrhoids developed after eating bad food, I chose Nux vomica because Nux vomica, one of the keynote symptoms is that the ailment occurs after certain types of excesses, such as overeating, drugs, alcohol, even overwork. So just excess. The body has had enough and the body develops an ailment. So that is why, for the most part, I chose this remedy. But just to give you an idea of what else Nux vomica is known to help with, it can help with nervous system issues, so that feeling of being fried. It can help with an overactive mind, feeling very irritable, sensory sensitivity. So somebody who's like, I can't take the noise, they're angry and impatient. They might be a workaholic. They might have obsessive compulsive tendencies and be very fastidious, which means like very, I guess we would call that anal for the purposes of this video. And they may have alcoholism and drug addiction. So that's like an overall glimpse of the Nux vomica type of person, the person who would benefit from Nux vomica. Other acute conditions that it can help are with alcoholism, drug abuse, dysentery, hangovers. Hangovers really helps. Heart disorders, hemorrhoids, hernias and hydroceles, impotence, indigestion, insomnia, liver disorders or liver sluggishness, and vomiting. So I've seen it turn a lot of like hangovers around too. And also just sort of like an irritability, overworked bomb, if you will. So what I suggested was Nux vomica in the 30C potency. I told her to drink it and apply it topically. So basically to put the pellets in some water, drink it, save a few drops, and then apply it topically. And I told her to email me in 2 days. I told her just to take 1 dose. I also suggested some other things such as Cypress oil, which is an essential oil. This can be diluted in oil and applied, once a day until you're feeling better. Avenoc ointment, which is also marketed as HemCalm. And this is marketed from the same company that makes Cold Calm, Sinus Calm. It's a combo homeopathic remedy, but it's made into an ointment that can be applied topically. And I also suggested an ointment made of herbs called Herbaceous ointment. And she actually only chose to do the Nux vomica because she's pregnant and didn't want to overdo it with too many things. And I agreed with her. And I also said, check with your doctor. I don't know if the doctor's going to know much about Nux vomica or any of these things, but it's always best to check when you're pregnant for sure. And I also told her to experiment with cold and hot baths because sometimes people will go right to hot baths, but it might be a cold bath that they need the most. I also told her to lie on her side after a bowel movement, taking pressure off the area for about 30 minutes. and as often as she can throughout the day. But basically, she really just did the Nux vomica. And her results were, this is what she reported. She said, Nux vomica worked like magic. The pain and bleeding stopped almost within 24 hours. I did this along with Tux pads and cold sitz baths. The hot bath aggravated the bleeding, and also used the donut pillow, but I think Nux vomica contributed majorly. So I asked her if I could do a case study, and she said yes. And she replied back, absolutely. It was like a miracle. I was in so much pain and bleeding. It all went away in 24 hours. After that, I was even constipated once, and I thought that the pain and bleeding would restart, but still good. I dosed on Saturday, and so far, so good. And she said, thanks so much. It was a great remedy. So this is just one of those situations where it prevented her from having to use prescription medicines, go to the doctor, possibly have surgery at some point. I actually came close to needing surgery for hemorrhoids after, having a couple pregnancies, but luckily I was able to overcome it as well. And Nux vomica can be used for other ailments, and actually there are other remedies that can be used for hemorrhoids. Don't just automatically assume it's Nux vomica that you need. And that's why I always recommend having a book like this in your home, Everybody's Guide to Homeopathic Medicines, because you can look up your symptom, in this case, hemorrhoids, look at all of the remedies listed, and by each remedy, it has a description of how you may be presenting with your hemorrhoids, and then you choose the remedy that most closely matches that description. And it also helps to have a kit in your house. This is an 18 remedy kit, but, or is it 36? Oh, no, this is an 18 remedy kit. Looks like this inside. It has the most commonly used remedies that will most likely be suggested in this Acute book. There are also 36 remedy kits and 100 remedy kits. I've had my 100 remedy kit for 10 years, going on 10 years, and I've hardly had to replace some of the remedies, which only cost $5 to replace. So they last forever. They do not expire. And so again, if you have hemorrhoids, it doesn't necessarily mean you need Nux vomica. You could look in a book. You could also literally type in to Google or on YouTube, homeopathic remedies for hemorrhoids, and make sure it's homeopathy that comes up. Sometimes it will be like herbs and all sorts of other things. You're looking for homeopathic remedies. So make sure that's what you get. And then if you are not familiar with homeopathy at all, check this video. And you can also read a book called Impossible Cure by Amy Lansky. I always recommend this book for someone who is starting to think about hiring a homeopath to use homeopathy for a chronic condition, because this book really puts it into layman's terms, what homeopathy is, how it works, how cases progress. And then there are a lot of really great case studies in there, including a child with autism and a man with Alzheimer's who started to regain function again. So really amazing case studies in that book. And so that's the book I read when I was thinking about hiring a homeopath many years ago. And it's the book that helps a lot of people to really understand what it is, because again, it's not herbs and supplements. People automatically think when they hear homeopathy, it's like all things natural, and it's not. Homeopathy is its own system of medicine. It's very widely used in Europe, not so much in America anymore, but it does have a history of use in America. So that is my hemorrhoid case. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you got a little something out of that. And I hope you understand Nux vomica a little bit more than you did before. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.